Have you ever had a dream and in reality you're about to live that dream? Hello, my name is Javan Benjamin and I'm currently in the United States Air Force Delayed Entry Program, otherwise called DEP. The reason for me to choose this particular branch is because growing up it was always been a dream to work alongside aircraft. While I was in high school, I was in the cadet, and right after that, leaving high school, I decided that I wanted to join the military. Upon doing extensive research, I found out that the Air Force was the perfect career field for me. Upon doing my research, I found out that there were some main things that you would have to achieve in order to enlist in the Air Force. One, that was basically your height and your weight must be balanced. You must obtain a good ASVAB score in order to choose a job of your preference. And as soon as I found out that, I went ahead and purchased this book, ASVAB Per Plus. Guys, it didn't work for me. It might work for you, but it didn't work for me, because I've been out of school for 13 years. So I needed a tutor to basically teach me or to help me study everything that comes under ASVAB. And this book was just all over the place, to be honest. It was all over the place and I was just not having it. So my friend introduced me to this tutor that she had used to pass her ASVAB. So she sent me his number and his information. I contacted him over Facebook and he did reach out and send me a video of how he teach, and he said if I did like it, I can go ahead and he would I can go ahead and contact him, and he would have his staff contact me and we could start the process of what plan would I want, what basically, you know, because he teaches everything that comes under ASVAB, so you can pick whatever package suits you. So I went ahead and I purchased the package, and it has been tremendous because I scored a 71 on my ASVAB. Yes, I scored a 71 and I'm pretty much happy with the score that I received, because I got to choose the job of my preference. So yes, so I'm gonna talk a little bit more about this tutor class and how this book, what helped me with this book. It wasn't the book, it was the flashcards, pretty much the flashcards, because the flashcards, they come with mechanical shop information, archer shop, you know, like all the jobs that you can choose from comes with flashcards. So that's the only way that this book helps me, the information with the flashcard, like electrical and stuff like that. So it helped me to get a good score in those jobs, in those job areas, and I'm thankful for that. Whoever is watching this video now, if you want me to mail you this book, or to, if you're in New York area, because that's where I'm from, if you want me to mail you this book, just leave a comment down below and I'll get it to you free of charge. So while I was in my tutor class and, you know, preparing for the ASVAB, I realized that I started to get back the knowledge of math, of science, of English, of how to attack paragraph comprehension and tricks and trade about the ASVAB. And it has, as I said earlier, it has helped me tremendously. And guys, if you're having problem, if you're struggling to pass this ASVAB, please, if you can, invest in a tutor. Please, it will help, it will pay off, because you're just paying that one-time fee, and you get through in the military, you won't even remember about that fee again, because you're going to be making more money than that. You know what I mean? So please, if you can, invest in a tutor. It will help you tremendously. So getting into the Air Force, guys, is not a walk in the park. who is in already can tell you. Who is in the process of getting in can also tell you it's not easy, because locating an Air Force recruiter and going steps by step is very hard, because most of the time they're not in office. Most of the time you will not get an answer over the phone. They're always busy. So it's not easy. You have to be consistent. You have to be patient and pretty much just ride the wave, so to speak. So when with all my dream to basically be in the Air Force and all of that, I then, because I couldn't get a hold of an Air Force recruiter, my second option was to go with the Navy. Upon going to see a Navy recruiter, he did answer all of my questions. They were friendly, they were very informative. So I went ahead and said, okay, then I'm gonna work with the Navy. This was in March of this year. So in the class that I was in with the tutor and everything like that, you had students in there who wasn't, fast in the class, so to speak. So it was pretty much like a teamwork. We created a group outside of the class and we would study together. We would like call up each other and we will do like random words. We will do math problem, all the things that comes on the ASVAB. So I can remember vividly in March, I was on a vacation with my family. And at that time, my phone was going off so many times. People were just like, Javan, can you do 100 words with me? Can you do 50 words with me? I want to do the test tomorrow. I want to just get out of my house. I just want to join the military. And I was like, are you sure? Are you ready? They said, I'm ready. So I said, okay, I can spare the time and do some words with you. And out of nowhere the other day, like the next day, I heard my phone going off and people were just like, hey, Javan, I passed. At this time, I didn't take my tests as yet. And people were just calling me up, Javan, I passed on the test. We got everything that the tutor teachers came on the test and I can't believe I passed. And I was like, really? Are you sure? And they were like, yes. And I said to my wife, I turned and I said to my wife that, listen, babe, listen. As soon as I get off this vacation, I'm going straight into MEPS, straight to my recruiter, and I'm going to do this ASVAB. There's no way that I can fail, because these people that that are taking the tests, I help them and they help me, and they're basically seeing everything that the tutor teach in class on the test. So there's no way I can fail. So I feel pumped up. I feel confident that I can't go in this test and fail. So as soon as I get off of our vacation, I went straight to my recruiter and I was like, hey, I'm ready to take this test. This was in April. And I was like, I'm ready to take this test. And he was like, okay, I'm going to send you to do the test on Monday. Guys, please bear in mind, whenever a recruiter is sending you to do a test and he wants to force like the test on you the same day with the physical, please do not do it. If you can restrain or refrain from doing that, please, because what's going to happen is that you're going to find yourself in the exam, doing the exam, and then you're going to come under excessive pressure, because you're going to be like, or probably one of the person at MEPS are going to come and touch you and say, hey, remember that you're going to do your physical right after your exam, so you need to hurry. You don't want that kind of vibe over your shoulder. You don't want nobody over your shoulder be telling you that, hey, you got to hurry up because you're going to take your physical. You want to go to MEPS, relax, calm, and just attack the exam and know that you're just doing the exam, and the next day you will do the physical, because that's what my recruiter wanted me to do with the Navy. He wanted me to do the physical and the exam the same day. And I said, no, is there another day that I can go that I'm just doing the ASVAB and I'm just focusing on the ASVAB and just the ASVAB alone? And he was like, yeah, that can be arranged. We can do it for Wednesday. And I said, okay then. And that was April 13th. And guys, I went in April 13th and I passed my ASVAB with a 71 with the Navy. And going in the process with the Navy, and I did my physical, passed everything, and I went now to pick my job with the Navy. At this time, Air Force was like still in the back of my head. I was like, oh, am I making a right choice? Is Navy the right choice for me? And I was like, okay, then you know what? I'm gonna leave it up to God, because everything that I do in my life, I put God first. And so, you know, I was at MEPS, and when the lady come in the Navy and I take a seat, she was like, okay, Mr. Benjamin, these are all of the jobs that you're qualified with the Navy. Do you want any of these jobs? And I started to look, and guys, it's a good thing when you do your research. Please, I'm emphasizing on this. Please do your research, because if you don't, you're gonna pick jobs that you don't know much about, and you probably won't be comfortable in it for the next 4 to 6 years. It's your contract, not the recruiter or the person at MEPS. So I went ahead and I told her that, no, these are not the jobs that I was looking for or hoping to pop up. These are not the jobs. And she said, are you sure? And I was like, yes, I'm not comfortable with none of these jobs that I'm seeing. And she was like, okay, let me get my supervisor to see if he can talk to you. And the supervisor came over, and I told him the same thing. I'm not interested in any of these jobs. I would like to switch branch, please. And he was like, are you sure? And I said, yes, I would like to switch branch. And guys, switching branch is pretty much easy. Don't let any recruiter or anyone tell you that, oh, it's going to be hard and you got to get out. And no, it's pretty much easy, as long as you don't sign any paper with a particular branch, as long as you don't sign into their debt, as long as you don't sign a contract, as long as you don't swear in and say, I do with that branch, you're free to go and look another recruiter in any particular branch that you feel. Switching branch is easy. It's very easy. So I went ahead, and they said, okay, Mr. Benjamin, we're going to let you out of MEPS, and you can go to the necessary branch that you feel comfortable with. So when they let me out of Navy, I went over to Air Force, and I asked the Air Force lady at MEPS, and she said, oh, you're gonna have to find an Air Force recruiter outside of MEPS because they can't do anything there. So I said, okay, and that's when I came out of MEPS, started my research again, started to locate a Air Force recruiter, and I successfully got a recruiter. And she's been tremendous. She worked with me, and she put in all my paperwork, and she loved the score that I got, and she basically put me through Air Force, and that's how I've been into the Air Force up to this day. Today has marked the 4th month since I've been in the Air Force Delayed Entry Program. I'm happy, I'm patient, I'm basically waiting on one of my jobs to be available for me to go to basic military training so I can live my dream, you know what I mean? So yes, guys, believe me, invest in a tutor. I can't stop emphasizing on that. Please invest in a tutor. It will help you if you're struggling, if you're basically down, depressed, if you've taken this ASVAB 3-4 times. This was my first time taking it. This was my first shot, and I passed. All thanks to God, all thanks to my tutor, and I can't not say thanks to my wife. Yeah, she helps me a lot as well. All thumbs up to my wife. Yes. So trust me, guys, please invest in a tutor if you can. And as I said earlier, if anybody who wants this book, and I'm not just gonna mail this book to, if you're in a tutor class already, I won't mail you this book. I'm gonna mail it to somebody who I think really need it, somebody who can't afford a tutor, so to speak, somebody who can't afford it. Just hit me up in the comment section below, and I'll get this book to you free of charge, no problem. I'll get all the flashcards for you guys, because the flashcards did help me, as I said earlier, with the mechanical shop, the electrical, and all the composite scores, jobs that you know, all the jobs that you would qualify for in any branch, like the mechanical, as I said, and stuff like that. So please, guys, if you like this video and you would like for me to make more military content videos, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can see or know when I upload a video. Thank you, guys, and I love you guys. Stay blessed. Peace.